Top 10 places to visit in Greece.
Time to see what is in store for a country that we were very, very, very close to going to because of how beautiful it is.
Stupid COVID.
Stupid cab. We didn't know if they'd be open. They said they'd probably be open, but we didn't know for sure.
We couldn't buy tickets and not know. That would have been a rough one.
We saw a nice cheap $600 like round trip, $500 round trip. That was nice.
We're going to climb Mount Olympus in one day. How do you think that would have went?
Guys, can you climb Mount Olympus in one day? Let us know.
It said you could. It said you could do it in 8 hours, but it's recommended that you don't. But we were like into hiking back then, and we might have been able to do it.
We climbed Kirkafell pretty quick in Iceland.
Yeah, we did. So maybe. Greece is known for beautiful beaches, delicious food, historic cities. Let's see what Ryan's going to show us today.
My name is Ryan, and I spent the last
See a lot of underrated spots. He shows a lot of good places.
He does.
Of Greece,
Popular,
and
some
I
less
want to show
popular.
you my favorite places.
That's so cool.
So here's my Greece
That's
top
cool.
10.
Zakynthos. The water in Greece is so incredible.
Greece has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. It's home to the world's most beautiful beaches,
You come down
the
on a
clearest
ladder?
water you've ever seen, massive mountains, and such a rich history. I've been to Greece over 3 times now, and I just can't get enough of this country. So let's start this video off in the iconic island of Santorini. This has to be one of Greece's most popular islands. I went there about 2 summers ago, and I have to say it lived up to its hype. Now to get
Really?
there, you can take a ferry from Athens, or you can fly there from most European cities. One of my favorite places on the island is called Red Beach. It's this beautiful beach with incredible red cliffs,
Whoa.
crystal blue water, and a black sand.
Oh, that's so
When we
unique.
got there, we hiked above the
Sand
beach
is
to get a good
black on the
vantage
beach,
point of
too.
the whole area. There's a nice walking trail that'll take you down to the beach. It's a great place to sunbathe and enjoy the
Dang.
beauty of the Mediterranean. One of the most famous places on Santorini is the town called Aia. When you think of Santorini, this is it.
That's the pick.
Whitewashed houses and blue dome roofs and just absolutely
Those
insane.
houses, when are those going to fall?
Yeah, that's crazy how like on the cliff face they are.
This is like a very eroding cliff, too. Oh, man. It's cool. It's good that he's saying so many good things about Santorini, because sometimes I like when I'm like, oh, I want to go to Greece. I'm like, should I go to Santorini? I've heard it's like insanely crowded and expensive.
Yeah, so let us know what you would suggest.
Views. When we went, we woke up early because we wanted to get there for sunrise. It was 100% worth
Oh,
it
that
because
looks
it was
so
one of the
cool,
most
though.
incredible sunrises I've ever had in my life. We got there right when the sun was coming
Wow.
over the ridges, so perfect timing. We had an
Doesn't
amazing
look
time
busy there.
exploring the city.
No.
I still can't get over how beautiful the colors were there. If you plan to go there,
That
I'd
sunburn,
suggest the
though.
earlier the better, because later in the day, it's going to get super crowded and packed. Aia was
Later in the
worth
day.
the hype, and it's a place I'd recommend.
Standing on one of the roofs? Is that allowed?
Aia was worth the hype. and
It's
a
allowed
place
for the
I'd
drone
recommend
shot.
all
It's
to
just
see at least
allowed.
once in their life. Another town on Santorini is called Thera. It's this town that is
Yeah.
built on the rim of a volcano. I mean, I just couldn't get over how beautiful this place looked. Just so stunning.
Please
So
tell me that
after
was like a
Santorini,
100-foot
we're gonna
cliff on
head
the other
over
side
to
he was
my
walking
favorite
on.
island in the
Wow.
world, Zakynthos, Greece. It's one of the most epic locations I've ever been. It has 1,000-foot white cliffs, the bluest water you've ever seen, and the island is
Wow.
Holy
to get to
nuts.
What a
Zakynthos,
shot
bluest
there.
water you've ever seen.
That's insane.
Whoa. Cliff jump time.
I thought you were talking about his toes.
Yeah, how veiny and muscular they are.
That is crazy. Look at that. You like feel it in this video, like that feeling in your like stomach.
Yeah, it's like you're actually looking off a cliff. Why is the perspective so good on this?
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow, that is so crazy.
And the island is so green. To get to Zakynthos, I'd recommend flying
That
there.
rock looks like
One
it
of the
could
most
fall out at
iconic places
any
to
moment
get to
right there.
Zakynthos,
That's
I'd
going.
recommend flying there. One of the most iconic places on Zakynthos is the Shipwreck beach. The story goes about in the 1980s, a cargo boat from Turkey was carrying illegal cigarettes and contraband, and the Greece Navy chased it into this cove and it ended up crashing. And then the sand over time built up around it, and it's made one of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
That was a
So
long
if you're in
drop.
Zakynthos, you obviously need to go to this beach. What you can do is you can either take a little boat from the main town of Zakynthos, or you can go to a little port such as Porto Veromi. This is what I did, and pay about $20 and they'll take you to the beach. The boat ride there is absolutely phenomenal. you're gonna be mind blown when you see these cliffs. So you get there on the beach. When I was there, it was
God,
fairly
how does that
crowded,
even
but it
form
was
like
just
that?
so mind blowing. These cliff walls are just incredible. Water is so freaking blue. And then you can also climb up on the ship. Be careful, don't want to get tetanus with all that rust, but it's just a really cool experience. You can also get on top of the cliffs. You can just drive there. There's a little parking lot, and you can hike around the area, hike along the cliffs, get some cool pictures. Just be
A lot of
super
people on
careful.
that
A lot
cliff.
of people fall off these ledges because they're being stupid, like me, taking pictures on the ledge or just not paying attention when they're doing a selfie. Shipwreck Beach also looks incredible during sunset. I went there and I was just amazed by how blue the water was. It's such an amazing place. While we are still on Zakynthos, we're going to head over to the southern side to visit the small island of Marathonisi. So while we were in Greece, they wouldn't let us rent a car because we didn't have an international driver's license, but they let us
Always
rent a
need
boat
your
and we were able
IDP.
to drive out to this little island called
But you can just drive a
Marathonisi.
boat around.
And
You can't drive a
out
car with a
towards
boat.
The water is so blue and it's just so vibrant. We found a little beach where we were able to dock the boat, hang out for a bit. After we hung out around the island, we went around the coast. We found this
That'd
really
be
secluded
pretty
cove
sick.
with 1,000-foot walls, and we were able to just fly the drones around there. I sadly crashed my drone there, fell in the
Oof.
water, but we were able to jump around, swim in the water, and have a good time. This was one of my favorite travel activities I've ever done. If you ever are in Zakynthos, I couldn't recommend renting a boat and going to Marathonisi and exploring the coast. Such a wonderful experience.
That would be
Alright, so
such
after
a cool
Zakynthos,
thing
we're
to
going to
do.
head over to the island that's right above it, and it's called Kefalonia. Now, to get to Kefalonia, you can take a ferry or you can also fly there. So Kefalonia, it looks a lot like Zakynthos with its white cliffs and green vegetation.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
One place that Kefalonia is famous for is Myrto Beach, and it's just this
That is really
massive
trippy.
1.5 mile
Time
long
lapse.
white sand beach that has
Wow.
been voted Greece's best beach many times. It's
How
also
does the
known
water
white sand
even
beach
become that color?
It's like toothpaste.
My God.
that has been voted Greece's best
like the
beach
blue
many times,
Kool-Aid.
and also
Yeah.
known as one of the world's most beautiful beaches. Another popular place on Kefalonia is the Melasani Cave. So it's
Dang.
a short 24-minute drive from Myrto Beach, and it costs about €7 to get in. It's such a beautiful underground lake with crystal clear water, and definitely a place you need to visit. Alright, so after Kefalonia, we're gonna head over to the beautiful island of Milos. Now, this is one of the places that I haven't been yet, and I want to go there so freaking bad. I mean, I just can't get over how gorgeous this island is. Special thanks to my friend Singular Pulse for letting me use his footage. I'll leave a link in the description to his Milo video. So to get to Milos, you can take a 5-hour ferry from Athens. Now, one of the coolest places on the island is the Kleftiko Caves. You'll have to take a boat to get there. You can rent one, or you can also just jump on one of the tour
So
boats.
crazy you can just
Now,
run
the
boats on
Kleftiko
these
Caves are
islands.
these just gorgeous white rocks that jet out of the
Wow.
ocean, and the water is just so freaking clear there. It's perfect for snorkeling. When I imagine Greece, this is what I think of. It's just such a stunning place. Another really cool spot on Milos is the Sarakaniko Beach. It's
Oh,
this really
wow.
unique beach that's made out of lava that has been bleached by the sun and ocean. There's a
Oh, that's
nice little
lava?
sandy beach there, and there's also a great little swimming hole open to the ocean. One reason I really want to go there is they have some awesome cliff jumping. Alright, another really cool spot
quite
on
the cliff
island
jumper.
is the Sigurado Beach. Hope I said that right. Anyways, it's this small
That's
beach
so cool. They have to
that's
climb a
only
ladder to get
accessible
there.
by taking
Just
two
like right through
ladders
that
down.
crack.
It's this really
So
cool
cool.
and secluded spot where you can enjoy the Greek sun and Mediterranean
It's very
Sea.
chill.
Even
once
though
you
I
get down.
haven't been here, Milos looks like one of the most beautiful Greek islands. Looking at this footage makes me want to go buy a plane ticket and go there now. Hopefully,
I want to buy a
can
plane
make it
ticket
there
after
this
looking at
summer.
those flippers.
After
Me
Milos,
too.
we're gonna head over to the city of Athens. It's the
Wow.
capital and largest city in Greece, and it's one
Very,
of the
it
world's
just fills
oldest
the
cities.
valley
I'd have
with
to
the
say
whiteness.
that Athens is one of my favorite cities
cool.
in Europe. I mean, it's just such a wild place, and there's so much history there. It's fairly cheap, and they have great food there. One of my favorite places in Athens is the Acropolis. It's where the Parthenon is located, and you're going to get amazing views of all of Athens. Now, it's a little expensive to get in, costs about €20, but I definitely say it's worth it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So when I was there, I was able to get some of my favorite time lapses over this city. There's just an endless sea of white
How long was
buildings.
he there
It's just
during
so
that time
cool.
lapse?
If you do go to Greece, I
clouds are
definitely recommend
moving
exploring
quick.
Athens for at least a day or two. Such a unique city. All right, so after Athens, we're
You
gonna go
didn't
hit the
mention all the delicious Greek food we can eat in Athens.
True.
Mm.
slopes and go skiing. Now, while Greece is famous for its islands and beaches, it has some absolutely amazing mountains. Greece is the third most mountainous country in Europe, with over 80% of its landmass being mountainous. So Greece does have some great ski resorts to enjoy the mountains. If you want to go test out some skiing, you could head over to the Marathonisi Ski Center. So it's
Need
the
to try
closest
skiing
ski
one of
resort
these
from
days.
Athens, with only a 2-hour drive. It
Right
offers
in the
8
middle of
ski
there.
runs and 4 lifts. The views from the resorts are outstanding. According to legend, Mount Meteora is home to Panos, which is the half-human, half-goat god. The ski resort is one of the
Oh.
oldest in Greece, and it only costs about 14 euros to go skiing there, so that's actually quite affordable. Who would have thought that Greece had such great ski resorts? After hitting the
me.
slopes,
All right.
we're
Anyways, who cares about skiing? We got to go to that mountain and find the half human, half goat god.
That's like the guy, the assistant in Perseus, or in Percy Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Glorb.
Yeah, that's Glorb.
head down south to visit the Demetrios Shipwreck. So it's about a 3-hour drive from Athens, and the Shipwreck reminds
Probably a
me a
sick
lot
drive,
of
I bet.
Nao Geo Beach.
Right through
It's a 3-hour
Sparta.
drive from Athens,
Party.
and the Shipwreck reminds me a lot of Nao Geo Beach in Zakynthos, except it's not surrounded by massive cliffs and it's not nearly as crowded. So the origin of the ship is a mystery,
cool.
but it's believed that the ship's captain docked the ship at the nearby port due to a medical emergency, and I guess the ship had like some financial issues and damage, and it was declared unsafe. So it was set adrift and crashed at the Salonica beach
They just
in
let it go.
1981. Crazy little story. Anyways, it's a cool little beach. You can just enjoy the water, go paddle boarding, and also check out this really cool shipwreck. Alright, so after the shipwreck, we're head over to Meteora. Meteora is another
man.
one of my favorite
So
places
cool.
in Greece. So me and my brother, we went here about 2 years ago. We made the 4-hour drive from Athens to Kalabaka, which is the city right before Meteora. I was just absolutely stunned by these massive rocks that came out of
dang,
nowhere.
cool.
So what Meteora is famous for is
That
that they have these
landscape.
monasteries that are built upon these rocks. They were built in the 15th and 16th centuries. When you see these
Wow.
rocks, you
Can't
just
believe
can't
that
believe
old.
how people built them. You can go into the monasteries for a few euros. When me and my brother were there, we got lucky with foggy conditions that made the whole place feel like a fairy tale. We had a good time running around the rocks and taking in the beautiful scenery. It was such a magical place. Alright, so after Meteora, we're
Alright,
head
looks like we
over
gotta
to
learn how
our
to do a
final
backflip.
destination,
You got a backflip
Mount
and
Olympus,
everything.
otherwise known as the mythical mountain of the gods. So this may be the most epic location in Greece.
Wow.
At 9,570 feet high, it is Greece's highest mountain. According to Greek mythology, this is where Zeus and other Greek gods
could have been
resided.
climbed
When
up.
I was in Greece about 2
Right here. Wow, that is a beast.
That is a beast. Look,
Oh,
just the color of it's scary.
that was so
years
crazy.
ago, I
fun.
was gonna hike this mountain, but due to some rental car complications, I wasn't able to make it. I was super bummed I
Dang
couldn't hike,
it.
but I'm climbing to go climb it, hopefully this summer. So to hike Mount Olympus, it's recommended that you get a guide because it is quite dangerous and also a little confusing. Usually it takes people about 2 days to do it. To start the journey, you'll make
Recommended but not required.
Let's
the
go.
5-hour drive from Athens, and you go to
It's
this
also recommended to bring water when you go on a 14-mile hike, but
And
we didn't
we
do that.
Didn't. We might have been able to die that day.
And there's grizzly bears out there. where
We were in danger.
We were.
this little town called Prionia, and there's a parking lot, and this is where you can start the hike. You'll take a 3-mile hike to the first refuge called Spilios Agapitos. Now if you want to spend the night there, you can sleep there for $15. You can also
After
get food
3
there.
miles?
Now after the
Weak.
refuge, the
Weak.
hike gets more difficult. You'll make the trek to Scala Peak, and after you'll make a 600 meter
But you
scramble
actually go.
to
No,
Mantikas
yeah,
Peak.
right.
And
You
this
go
is
across this cliff face right there.
Yeah, it's like a goat trail type thing, just
Yeah.
along the edge.
Whoa, that's a crazy place to hike. Is all along that face there.
Wow, that would have been so cool.
the highest peak of Mount Olympus, and it's also known as Zeus's throne. So it's about a 9-kilometer hike one way to the peak with an elevation gain of 1,800 meters. People say it takes about 6 hours to do, so I definitely
6 hours?
recommend doing your research before doing this hike and look into getting a
can
guide.
do that in a
Hopefully,
day.
I can do
Yeah.
this summer and make a video about it. Anyways, that is it for my Greece top
People really
10.
gotta hike 3
I
hours
love
and
this
then
country so
sleep
much,
for the
and I
night.
hope
Week.
you all can visit. If you enjoyed the video, drop
What
a
is
like
going
and let
on
me
right
know what
there?
you're so much, and I hope you all can visit. If you enjoyed the video, drop a
Why
like
is that
and let me
super
know where
realistic?
you're
It is like when it
you
blocks
all
the
can
mouth, it like
visit.
looks
If you
like
enjoyed
his
the video,
AI.
drop a like and
It
let
looks
me
like
know where
AI.
your favorite place is.
What I learned from this video is we need to go back to Greece and climb Mount Olympus in 6 hours.
We will become Zeus.
We can bring a dang, I was going to say trident, but I don't know how we could carry a thunderbolt up to the top.
I guess one of us can be Poseidon and one
Okay.
can be Zeus.
Okay, that works. And we're going to climb it, and then we're going to climb Meteora, and we're going to jump off of the cliffs at Zakynthos.
Yeah, the crazy cliff that you definitely would die if you cliff jumped
Yeah,
off of.
yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Greece is incredible. I want to go there. I want to go on a dang road trip, and I want to go island hopping. Ugh!
It looks so beautiful. The fact that all of this stuff was just on like the coast, and then there's probably so much inland as well to see. Like you didn't get much near the like border going further into the Balkans and all.
Yeah. I mean, we had a road trip kind of mapped out because, like we said, we were going to go. And so many cool things. So many cool little towns out there in the mainland, too. Dang.
We're gonna go to dang Corfu or whatever the heck it was called.
Yeah. We were going to do a lot of stuff. We weren't even going to do too much island hopping. We are going to be in the mountains mostly.
Yeah.
Dang, that would have been really cool. But hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in Greece sometime. Make sure to subscribe so you can support us on our vlogs and watch our videos. Vlog channel, link in the description below.
It'll help fund our trips to Greece.
Thanks
So
for
bye.
watching. Like the video.
Bye.
Bye.